What the? Oh, what's up, dude? What's up, everybody? I literally just ran to my studio because I got caught doing stuff. But we got quite the show today. Okay, quite the show. All right, because we had a debate scheduled last Tuesday. Which unfortunately, we had a little audible called with 10 minutes left. So, shock to my system after, talking to my debate partner that night and, finding out that this huge dramatic thing happened that, I'm retiring from this kind of work. I'm not going to be doing it anymore. It turns out Jesse was right. Jesse was right all along. And so I can't show my face anymore and have these conversations. And I was like, geez, it takes a big man to just admit when, you're just going to be proving my point when you try to prove your own point. Anyway, so I, as a fundamental baseline, don't believe anyone ever. Literally every single time that someone tells me a kind of bizarre story, I always think they're lying. Always. Okay. Lying unless proven otherwise. So when I give someone the benefit of the doubt where I end up defending them, well, I'm like, nah, dude, I feel like this is true this time. I take it personal when it turns out that something about their story didn't add up, because after the cancellation and this, whole thing, and I get to hear about why you had to cancel 10 minutes right before. What a shocking moment when 24 hours later, after saying he's been forced out of the Charlie Kirk investigation entirely, he's live streaming, talking about the Charlie Kirk case on a different channel. Interesting, interesting. So I guess what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to play that stream and respond to that stream. Except this time, I'm just by myself and I can say whatever the fuck I want and not be super concerned about how, that comes off. So we're going to do that today, okay? That is exactly what we're going to do. I do want to show you guys something else, though. Because I actually stumbled on this yesterday. I was talking to Kelly Raybon, who's does the show with Jordan Henshaw, and she pointed to honestly, I don't even remember how we landed on this thing, but she had a video from the day of, and it's someone who appears to be on a different roof than where they're saying that the shooter is. And it appears, listen, dude, it looks like there's something up there. Right? Oh, yeah, I'm talking about Blake. Say, turn my mic up. It's not loud? I don't know if I can mess with it in here. Let me see. I actually don't see. Let me see. Here. How's that? Huh? I just made like a major adjustment to the microphone setting. So if it sounds fucked up, then let me know. Okay. So check this out. Do we need more cowbell? Okay. So look at this. Is it really too loud? For real? Is it too loud now? Chat, I need your guys' help. I'm trying to help you guys out. I sound exactly the same to myself. Thank you for saying, dude, when is it too loud? Okay. I trust Danks, dude. Hang on. I'll just go back to the auto. Cause it was on like auto adjust the mic volume, whatever. I have been very confused as of late when I did the video about him and Theo, where my take was very I don't know, based in what I thought. I'm like, this take is not super like, there's what could anybody say back this? It's like, it's Rogan and Theo are like best friends. He's obviously not trying to like stomp on Theo's feelings. They're like literally best friends. And then it turned out that they had been talking about the antidepressants right before that, because Theo came out. He's all, dude, I was the one who brought up the antidepressants. Like, why are you guys attacking Joe? And my comments, everyone's like, no, bullshit take, dude. Bullshit take. Fuck Rogan. I was like, what? Like, Rogan's trying to help? I don't understand. It was super bizarre. And then on this one also, it's like Luke Thomas said that because like no one's gonna let Rogan weasel out of the fact that he got Trump elected. And you're like, I mean, okay, then check it out, dude. You motherfuckers got Biden elected and you cost me my fucking job because I wouldn't take the shot. Like, we're doing this? Really? It's like such a dumb argument, you know? But nonetheless, it's all good. People are just mad about the Trump endorsement where Rogan voted for free speech against war. Exactly. Dude, thank you, guy. Let me tell you something right now, okay? I'm leaving you up, left-wing nationalist, okay? Because this is exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Like, the reason I did that video and pointed out that the problem is, there is a problem in this video, and it's the way that Luke Thomas is framing the entire conversation, okay? Like, me being like, I can't believe that you would vote for blah, blah, blah. And I impart my impression of whoever this person is over here without being like, yeah, but what are they looking at? Like, it's like, that's the whole point. It's like, exactly, dude, this is exactly right, dude. This is exactly right. Rogan voted for free speech. He voted against what was done during the pandemic. He voted for no war, and he voted to secure the border and voter ID, exactly like me. And the best thing about this current presidency is it gives you a very crystal clear insight into the people that are speaking on the internet, because you get to see if they stand on business or if they're weirdo like cult members. Because it's like, you know, I mean, you said that you're going to do this. Well, you did this. And so it's like, hey, who's going to call them out? Like, who's going to hold people accountable? Because those are the people that you can trust. And Rogan for sure has done that. You know what I mean? Okay. Now. Oh, they do? Okay. My bad, dude. Let's fucking do this. Now let's take a look at Kelly's channel, because Kelly and Jordan Henshaw, they are two very prominent fill in the blank name for whatever team we're on, who have been exploring the possibility that Charlie might be in a compound somewhere sipping a latte with Erica on his left and his kids on his right. But that's irrelevant, because the good thing about her and with us is like I still run down all of the leads regardless of, like, it's like, because this thing right here is going to show someone on a separate roof from where Tyler Robinson was. Okay. So it's like, it's not like anybody's writing off the possibility that there was another shooter and that's how he got killed, or that there's or exploding mic and it's not what we think. It's like, I have a conclusion that that's what I think is right, but I'm still going to look at every other clue that comes out, because if you can't know for sure, then you want to look at all this shit. And this is really interesting. Okay. So I just realized actually that I need to fast forward through this, because I will for sure get demonetized if I show, let me make that big for you guys. If I actually show the part where the gunshot goes off, but you can see, look right there. Do you guys see that white thing up there? That is definitely not the roof where Tyler Robinson is. And you can actually see it see how it's going out of sight. Now it's gone, and then it's gone. So it's like, clearly there's something up there, and then it moves, after the shot, and then it's gone. I got to just hang on. Let me just scan this because, and then, you know, I just realized that like I actually can't show this on a live stream because the second that there is a setting on my channel, the second that a shot goes off, it doesn't matter if it's like recording someone who's like, you know, doing the truffle shuffle on the other side of the campus. They are definitely going to demonetize it. Wait, what? Do my voice that I do scary. Ooh, scary. That's scary. I'm scared. All right.
Or the shooter was supposedly spotted. And remember, that person was wearing all black.
There we go. So the gunshot's about to go off, so I have to stop it, or at the very least mute it. And then, so the shot just went off. And the other thing too about that is, here, you can see it up close here. And they're gone. There's also a person in the crowd who is pointing in that direction also.
Look at some drone footage to give us a different perspective from up high. This is after the scene. So this is going to help us understand the lay of the land and why this might have been an ideal perch for someone.
And keep in mind that for when Valhalla was talking about this, I think this is actually this is like right before me and him became friends. But like, because I remember watching this video and being like, that guy's sharp. And then I found out he's a fucking Green Beret, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess that explains why he's so tactically sound in his proposed strategy. But that's what he said. He said, if I was going to pull off this mission on my own, I would trick or get somebody up on that other roof. I would be in a separate position, and I would be, I would take the shot from there, and then you've got your patsy up there, which is literally exactly what it seems like happened. Honestly, it seems like that happened regardless. If I'm right and the whole thing's juked or whatever, then like high probability that they got that, a little kitty corn guy up on the roof with thing or in on it. But you definitely have what I believe is, the guy, what's his name? Who's down there and takes his pants off and is jumping around. Is George Zinn. He gets rung up for kitty corn the next day. And so it's like, oh, gee, I wonder how they got him there, to be the decoy. Right. So total, could be a likely scenario that Tyler Robinson also. But if Charlie got shot and he got shot by someone else, or if it's the exploding mic, that is for sure the most likely scenario is you get that dude, you get Tyler up there and he ends up being, being the fall guy. Or maybe it's just Lance. Maybe Lance just did it.
Maybe even a lookout spot.
Oops.
You be the judge.
Wait, hang on. The problem with it is you can see cavitation happening in CK from from what is the question? Slim to wait. So you're talking about the wound, right? If you, God, man, I wish so bad that I could. That's the one thing that I can't show from my series on any live streams because it gets 18 plus every single time. But in my second episode, they go through that specifically. It's like the guy who does the Hollywood effects, he literally demonstrates it. This was a video that was done before, 4 years before this, and he's showing how you do blood effects in the neck, and he shows exactly how it's done. It looks identical. Like it literally looks identical. Dima was just scared. Hey, $2, you get it twice. I'm scared. Scary. Kristen Hughes for the mods. Thank you very much. By the way, the second that this stream is over, I'm going to drop my video that I did about the Elon's baby's mom and supposedly this big bombshell she's going to drop about Benny Johnson. And anybody who thinks my scary joke is funny, I'm telling you are like, give me a video to do about a skank like billionaire pussy trapper who is one of the most reprehensible and also annoying people on the face of the earth, I'm gonna make some good jokes. Like that video is funny. Like that video is really funny. I don't believe, and I also reacted to the quarterings video. So, you know, he and I, we came together with our shared, I don't know, disgust of that girl, dude. She is so garbage, man. She is so garbage. Ashley St. Clair. I got to watch your series again now, not Benny Johnson's wife. Dude, that chick sucks, man. She sucks. I didn't, that didn't come out. I didn't release that yet, did I? I definitely intended to not release it until after this, but I might have accidentally done it because I was about to drop it. And then Danks is like, don't do it, bro. Don't do it. I was like, all right, fine, Danks. I'll do it after. Thank you, Timothy. Okay. So I know, dude. It's so, yeah. If I do Adderall, you're like, you're boring. And then when I don't, they're like, oh my God, he's so all over the place. I can't deal.
Many of us did not buy the official narrative from the beginning.
I think we can conclusively prove that Tyler Robinson, the alleged shooter, did not take the shot that landed in Charlie Kirk's neck.
One of the people who did have some questions about the Sorensen building from early on was Dr. Chris Martenson.
This is where I would be looking very, very carefully. That should be scoured very, very carefully for clues right there.
So I know people pointed this out a long time ago, but this really does look like a menorah. I'm just going to point, like it really does, right? It does.
Because that matches everything almost perfectly.
Whoa, stop trying to get me demonetized, bro. But yeah, anyway, so I don't know. I mean, listen, I have no idea what that could mean or who could be up there, but it's just another, if nothing else, honestly, it's just another thing that the FBI did not investigate. Ethan, what's up, stud? Smokestack, what's up, brother? How are you, dude? That's just, I mean, if nothing else, just another string that they did not pull. You know what I mean? Okay, so that's important considering. Oh shit, my bad, dude. I fucking listen. I suck balls at communication, like WhatsApp. I need to go back to WhatsApp. I know I've got a message from you there. I'll look for it. Okay, now I am going to now go over to this. And I'm going to pull up the stream that Blake and these guys did last night. 24 hours after Blake was forced into retirement because of the dramatic story that he told me of why he had to bail out 12 minutes before our stream started that that I promoted and for however long, only to see 24 hours later that he had come out of retirement and was in fact streaming with some dude whose name I only know because people had been like, look at this guy talking shit about you. And I was like, oh, well, look at that. I didn't watch any of them because if a person's channel is, would benefit from me responding to them, I don't respond. Actually, I just don't watch because then I'll want to respond. But in this case, since we already hyped it up and, Blake decided to give his case the next night, we're going to respond to this one instead. Now, if I was going to speculate about why someone would have not gone through with a debate with me and then 24 hours later, for some reason, been like, you know what? All of those lies I told Jesse on Fire, I don't care about those anymore. I'm just straight up right in his face. Don't give a fuck. I'm just going to stream with these other guys as if I didn't completely fucking lie to him about this story. And then, we'll see what happens. If I was going to speculate about why he would have done that, I can only speculate that he knew I was going to deep dick his argument because anyone with common sense knew that the reason why I was having him on is because anything that he shows that demonstrates collaboration between TPUSA, the security, etc., on the day of is literally absolute platinum certified fucking bulletproof to support my theory because obviously, but we're going to get to listen to these guys who are so certain that we're looking at the most complex and robotically planned crime of all time. We're going to get the patsy up on the roof. Okay. Get the patsy up there. Going to engrave all the bullets. Going to do all the stuff to make a patsy. And then instead of just shooting him, instead of just like shooting our target, we're going to do 1 million signs. We're going to have literally all of the security team in on it. We're going to have, like his best friends in on it. We're going to do Mikey McCoy. We need to make sure that all these guys know. Terrell Farnsworth, definitely in on it. Eric Kirk, definitely in on it. Andrew Colvett, definitely in on it. What's his name that's giving the signs behind him to the right? Definitely in on it. And I'm saying I agree. All in on it. Like all in on it. Is my theory. Again, for the 100th time, nothing I say on this channel is ever a statement of fact. It's just my opinion. And if anybody else who I'm reacting to says any statements of fact, that shit's on them. And I don't endorse anything they say. We're just having conversations here. You know what I mean? So I don't know where to start on this. I'm just going to kind of go. You know what I mean? I'm just going to kind of go. And hi, Gabriel. Oh, Gabriel. Well, hello. Also beautiful human. I saw Gabrielle. I was like, damn, dude. My boo is super chatting me $3 from downstairs, but it wasn't. It was someone who loved me more than my wife, in fact. Thank you, Gabriel. Okay, so I guess let's just see how this goes.
See the rifle impact. And then we also see a puff of what appears to be like gray smoke coming out from the front of his collar. And these are frames of a 60 frame per second camera and a 30 frame per second camera, the exact same model cameras that were on the same side of the event, pointed at the same target. And in between the shutter speeds of these two cameras, we were seeing drastically different, frames that were captured. So you're left with the conclusion that the event had to happen underneath his shirt. It had to happen at such a speed that it was in between the shutter speeds of the camera. And it was on the opposite side of where we see the rifle impact.
So question would be then, does that indicate that he was killed with what was underneath his shirt? Or is it possible that what was underneath his shirt was potentially meant to make it appear like he had been shot, all as one big effect? Not saying that I have an answer to that, just throwing it out as a maybe. All right.
So now we're left at an impasse because none of that can be explained by cavitation on the left side impact of the neck. The speed is beyond what you would see from, flesh cavitation of a rifle impact. And that's just the visual aspect of what we're seeing. When you add the audio aspect to it, you're left with even more questions. The narrative even falls further because we have clear audio, signatures of 3 different events from 2 different locations. So the very first arrival is a mop cone from a projectile that sweeps over the crowd. We know it sweeps over the crowd because we have cameras positioned all over the whole event from back on, 80 meters.
Like my guy said that he thinks that they shot into the trunk of the SUV.
From Charlie all the way up from 6 meters from Charlie. And we can basically, when we tie these frames of these cameras together for the first movement of his shirt is kind of like the sync point, right? All the cameras were pointed at Charlie. So we can sync the time with all these cameras with the first.
I don't know who this guy is, but him and me we should rap out, dude. We should rap out John Aaron Bray. And Zach, I like your show, by the way, dude. But yeah, like for the record, if you guys are new to my channel, John or Zach, like I'm just joking around, dude. None of this shit's that serious to me. So like, if we disagree, like it's fine. I promise. It's none of us know what we're doing, none of us know for sure. But John, if you see this and you've done this level of analysis, I'm serious. Like we should chat. Shoot me an email. Real Jesse on Fire and Zach. We should do each other's shows too. Unless you're so appalled by my by the shape of my jib that you don't want to be anywhere near it, which I understand. That is something that happens. They're always too good looking. I don't want to be compared. I'm just kidding. Christy, all my favorite people here. I think Coach is live too. I'm going broke supporting all of you. Ella, yeah. Wait, who else? So Coach Collins on? He should fucking come on my show. I'll text that motherfucker right now. So maybe let me fast forward here a little bit to here.
Yeah, but it's hard to find separation where you can really count the distance between when the detonation goes off, the detonation of a high energy explosive that originates.
What is Blake doing with his hands? Like I literally, like I'm scanning through this and like look, because I'm looking for when he's talking and he just keeps on like his hands are all over the place. Hold on. Okay, there it was. I wanted to make sure that I didn't show because I knew that they showed an uncensored part of the murder, and I wanted to get past that.
Why we see the cross jump up.
What?
This is the guy who talked a bunch of shit. So we'll see, what the only parts of his stuff that I watched was where he's really super indignant is he was like, Charlie, you really think that Charlie would just never see his kids ever again? You think he's going to do that? You think he would lie to the world? You think he would never? I'm like, I mean, what? Why does everybody think that he would never see his kids? I'm very confused by that. And also, if his options were do this or go to prison for 20 years, I feel like this would be the better option. I just feel like that's a common sense thing that, if he can exonerate his wife and all of his best friends and business partners, and he can make sure that he will never face charges for any of the things that he was being investigated for by Jack Smith, that, I think that's a choice that anyone would make. But I only bring this up because when people are so certain about what someone would do, he would never do this. It's like, do you know him personally? No, but yeah. Do you know him personally? No. Well, then relax, guy. This is all speculation. You're speculating about a person you don't know. And the more certain you think you are about what they would or wouldn't do, I mean, you know what I mean? Coming from the guy who's like, they would never kill Charlie. They wouldn't do it. There's no fucking way, man. Oh, I'm a huge hypocrite. Rooftop, what's up, man? Why do I see a tab that says blue waffles in the reflection of your glass? What kind of research? Blue waffles. Hold on, let me see. There is no blue waffles. What the fuck are you talking about? There's no blue waffles, dude. I don't even know what that would be. Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what that reference would be. But I will try to figure out what you're talking about.
I think you have to explain why the shirt raises up like that's across his face, and then how you explain that and the shirt raising on the back of his collar. It's
because you guys are right. It's simple. You guys are right. Like, hey guys, the ones who are super upset at Jesse on Fire, fuck him. He doesn't agree with with what I say. Fuck him. Explain to me why his shirt's doing that. It's because you're right, dude. Because they detonated something under his shirt. What? It's because they detonated something under his shirt. That's why. We're right. You're right. We literally agree on fucking everything. Okay? Like that's the joke of this whole fucking thing, dude. It's like this group over here, they're like, Jesus, these guys are fucking. It's like, you guys, we literally agree on fucking every single thing. Except I have a different conclusion from the exact same findings. You know what I mean? Something detonated under a shirt. Correct. That's why.
If you look at the order of events, like it's very difficult for you to explain like the shirt collar with cavitation when like you see like a fist-sized air gap in between the shirt collar being blown out. There's no flesh cavitating out causing that. It's just a big hump of
air,
fabric being pushed out. And then after that, it's 2 frames after that, we see his shirt collar being lifted up, which obviously has like a tangible object that's lifting it. Like you can see the shape of it. And
You don't think it could be a hose? It couldn't be a hose that is subsequently going to eject a mountain of blood out of his small prosthetic neck that he has tubes that are wired into. By the way, Jordan Henshaw just did a thing where he showed the Charlie shirt, and he's like, look, and he like, you see nothing under his shirt, like nothing. And then he shows, and he's all hosed up, like, which you would just connect to the CO2, which would then inflate all of it and whatever. It's like, it explains everything, literally everything. Blue waffles. Oh, I will try to figure that out. New here, need to find your. Oh, okay, yeah. So I'm sorry, I should have done. I apologize. Hang on. Anybody who's new here, okay, like I'm not like really like a sunglasses prick. I just do this on live streams to fuck around. Let me show you exactly where you can find that stuff. So if you guys hear me making references to my theory, okay, and you're like, is he saying he thinks Charlie's alive? That's insane. Then this is where you go. So the playlist is Charlie is Alive, the Manufactured Martyr. Right there. And the origin story is, as I've told this like 1,000 times. Bro retires like John Jones. I know. But my buddy Ryan, who is very, 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 very smart, put the theory on my radar. I thought he was completely batshit, like completely insane. But I just could not reconcile the behavior I was seeing from his wife, from the leadership at TPUSA. And it was so weird that I literally like just kept on. I'm like, is it possible that he's alive? Like, is that possible? And then little things started falling into place. It was like, wait, so Mikey McCoy just walked away completely calm, like he'd done it a million times. Terrell Farnsworth goes and gets on the wall, gets a perfect shot. Those two things cannot happen organically. For sure, those guys are in on it. Then stuff with the security all jumps over the table. They're all working on Charlie, supposedly packing the wound, and there's no blood on any of them. Nothing, not on their hands, on their feet. It's like stuff like that where you're like, how do you reconcile that? But it's like, just sounds so crazy that he'd be alive. And then there's about like I have, let me see how many episodes there are. There are literally, I don't know, a lot of episodes. I think that there are like 8. Oh wait, hang on. Whoops. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one's a live stream, but this is actually one of my best ones, which is just the first hour of this one is really good. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, 12. I have 12 episodes. But the first 4 is all you really need to watch. And if you're not convinced after the first 4, then you're not going to be. But the missing body, that's when I found out that Charlie's body had not been buried 90 days after he was killed. Which immediately upon that information becoming public, that's when Erica, 4 days after that, started her second press tour. Immediately. Like they were like, oh shit. They started calling around. Then they booked her on all of those different shows. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me get back to what we were looking at here. And because I promise I am a lot of things. Stupid or crazy is not either.
This is while the necklace is traveling around his back. So it's like when you tie that all together, like it's just very difficult for all that to happen. And then a wound to appear behind the shirt as it's lifted up.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Because that's kind of like what it would have to be. Something magically would have to travel through the shirt, because we see the shirt fall down and then we see just the outline of a wound. And then it's like 3-4 frames later before we ever see it like fully, show blood even start to come out of it. So it's just like.
And then it explodes out of it. Almost like it's a prosthetic that matches the. And see, here's the thing. Like, again, like I said earlier, I have like episode 2 is where I go through exactly how they pulled this off, because where there's like a professional, like a Hollywood effects guy who did a video explaining exactly how to create that effect. And it is like, it's so identical. It looks exactly the same, like exactly the same, as if someone, when they were planning Charlie's, went to that video and they were like, we want it to look like this, you know? And, you know, I'm like trying to think of what are the main questions that I would pose that can't be answered by any other thing, but
Sure, it's a medium velocity impact. It's a lot more plausible than a rifle impact, because a rifle impact, we're going to see immediately blood splatter. We're going to see not just, we're not going to see jugular blood. We're going to see all their arteries bleed. And, you know, we're going to see a huge amount of cavitation, not just like a little flesh kind of deformation. That's kind of, you know, it's only in one direction. You really don't see it in all directions like you would expect.
Hey, John, have you run that?
And if someone was shot in the neck, I have had this conversation, this exact question and answer with, I mean, at least 30 people, 30 who are either experienced combat veterans or EMTs or emergency room people. Okay. And the question I ask is like, I'm not talking about the initial moment where you see the blood on the video, but in the aftermath, should there have been a like much larger amount of blood? And literally all of them are like, it makes no sense. All of them, every single one of them, like the combat people, the EMTs, medical, because they're like he bled out, right? Like that's how he died, right? He bled out. Or even if not, if the blood starts like that, there is literally no blood on any of the security. There's no blood on their hands, no blood on their clothes, no blood, like barely. Like, and when I say that, people will send me a picture and they're like, look at this. And there's like a smear on one guy's arm. And I'm like, guys, if this was, they'd be swimming in it, dude. Like you can't, it's like, you'd be swimming in blood, be everywhere. Charlie's shirt is white. It's white, you know? But I'll let them talk because I'm actually going to pull up my document real quick.
Like ER docs. I've had 2 independent ER docs, one cardiologist, another ER trauma level 1 here in my hometown, say combination arterial and venous.
I've had
color
several
is consistent.
ER doctors tell me 100% only jugular blood.
Really?
Yeah, they said that there's no way that anything other than the jugular got ruptured. Otherwise, we would see pulsating blood. Yeah, we would see it like it would be bright red. It would pulsate, and we would see at least 20 seconds of bleeding.
Like squirting out.
Yeah.
So again, professionals are like, it's only like he got shot with a 30-06 and it only hit his jugular and then that's it. Does that make any sense? You know what I mean? Doesn't make any sense. Green Buds, what's up, dude? Hello, Jesse. I love for the love of everything. Holy, don't wait. Look at that. Look that waffle up. Never seen it myself, but a friend tried to get me with it. This sick. Oh, blue. I'm not looking that shit up. Oh, you were trying to trick me, you fuckers. I was like, Blue, what the hell are you talking about, dude? I literally had no idea what you're talking. I'm not looking that up, dude. Okay. Is that like, it's like the new 2 girls, 1 cup? Okay. I never got with that either. I never got on 2 girls, 1 cup. My roommate did, and he literally, he did not seem like he was very stoked about that. And hang on. Maybe I missed this. Blake canceled it. And then, yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, exactly, Shannon. That's why we're doing this. That's exactly right. Cancel on me, told me a whole fucking story about his family that I believed. I believed him, dude. I never fucking believe anyone. I default to lying. And the one time I was like, no, guys, I think he's telling the truth. The next day he's like, fuck you, Jesse on Fire. I'm just going to do this fucking show right in your face after I retired, you know, It was fucking ridiculous, dude. Watching 8 minutes behind. Love but the blue off. Don't go. Yeah. Thank you, dude. I will not do that. And I definitely will not do that. And by the way, hopefully whoever did that knew that I can control what's. Dude, if I would have done that actually on my screen and like done it publicly, that would have been fucked up. Don't do that. Well, I'm not gonna be stupid enough to look that shit up like on the active screen, but please don't like do that and try, because if I make a mistake, it'll like
not only
lose my channel.
Did they say that? But they said he had to be in cardiac arrest because the jugular was just draining like gravity. So it's like his heart was already like on the outs.
How is that possible? Huh? How the fuck is that possible? He gets shot in the jugular. Only the jugular's bleeding and his heart stops in 1 second. Like, how does that make any sense? And it's like, when people are like, no, but that's the doctor said that. It's like the doctor is just going off of the information that they have. I'm just saying, like, common sense. If the person is their only jugular bleeding, how could their heart just stop? Just like, it doesn't even that makes no sense. You know what I mean?
Not pumping at all. And if you look at his physical reaction, it's pretty classic with immediate brain trauma, midbrain and brain stem trauma. I even have videos of his forearms. You can see his muscles in his forearms immediately. As soon as the necklace starts to move, you see his muscles in his forearms just fully flex.
That was one of the reasons that I was like, there's no way it's fake. That was one of the primary reasons that I was like, nah, like I wouldn't even entertain it for months. I didn't even entertain the theory for months. And that was one of the big reasons, because I've seen so many people get starched like that. And, okay. For people who do not come from fight backgrounds or combat sports, starched is a term that is referencing guys who get knocked out so hard that they get stiff, so they get starched, because if you get your clothes dry cleaned and you do heavy starch, it's really stiff. So you're like, how did it end? You're like, oh, he starched that guy. That means that the guy who lost goes like this. I've literally seen hundreds of guys get knocked out and have that exact reaction, and it's involuntary, obviously. And so that is for sure what I thought that I had seen when Charlie got shot, 100%. So I was very dismissive about it. And then my buddy Ryan, he's like, watch it again. He's like, just watch it again and just see if you think that someone could fake that. And I watched it again. I was like, maybe it's not impossible. Actually, it's not like it doesn't look. It's not like obvious that it's fake, but it's definitely not beyond the threshold of someone who practiced could pull that off. And here's the other thing too. When guys get stretched like that, they stay like that, they're not, they don't all of a sudden become floppy, they're like this for a long time. And as far as I understand it, if someone gets killed like that, I think they stay like that. Actually, you know what? Are anybody any health practitioners in here to know whether that's accurate or not? If someone has because that mechanism is due to an injury to the brainstem, I believe. Does anybody medical professionals know if someone gets hit and they die, do they stay in that stiff position like that? Dank says, we all know the first thing off air is blue. Ew, no way, dude. I don't look that good. And dude, no fucking way. I never looked up two girls. I don't it's gross. I never looked that shit up. No fucking way. Jesse, how do I find the Discord? I don't know what you mean. Which Discord? Somebody help Rumple Gold. I'm not sure what he means. Danny, what's up, dude? Is this the same Blake that was supposed to come on? Yeah, of course. And then after he canceled with 10 minutes left, he fucking did this stream the next day. Right in my motherfucking face, dude. You know what I mean? There's no blood in the back. When they stepped on the chair of the crime scene when the person that stood on the chair did not even get blood on their shoes after standing and taking the back camera out. Exactly. There's no fucking blood there. There's no blood. It's wild, dude. And this is what I'm saying. I don't understand how that is not such a bigger focus for other people. It's like why are people not interested in that? Candace has brought it up a bunch of times, which, the video, the first thing she said when she saw the video from behind is she's like, there's no blood. Like, where's the blood? Charlie's shirt is white still when he's getting carried. And honestly, I guess one thing that might, actually, I don't know which way to read it, but you would think that Charlie would at least wear a black shirt if he's going to juke it, because it would be, you would think obvious that there's not enough blood on a white shirt, but neither here nor there. Ethan says, trust the guy that films calls. Yeah, exactly. And then releases them. And then releases them. And then takes them down later that day, and then acts like he doesn't realize that he took it down when I asked him about it on the live stream. What else we got? Okay, I'm in the regular chat and I am behind here. Okay, cool. Blake's excuse portray that he would be out longer than yeah, dude. Yeah, he told me that if he didn't shut down the entire investigation, that he was essentially going to lose his inheritance. I mean, I'm not going to get into specifics of exactly what he said, because it's not, it's fucking family shit, but fuck yeah. A whole fucking story about how he can't do this at all anymore, because of all this blah, blah, blah on his family intervention. I completely fucking believe it, dude. It's because it sounded like no one would lie to me about that, dude. But he did. All right. So I'm not looking up fucking pink waffle, blue waffle, none of that shit. I'm not doing it. I am calling on you, Kayla. Shit, you got a neuro, you can join the stream. You want to come on? If you want to come on, let me know. But yeah, tell me, I mean, at least tell me what you think, on the the brain injury thing, and whether they get stuck, if their body remains in that, if they die while they're stiff like that. Ew. Okay. I don't understand the waffle joke, but I am definitely not a Gemini. My brother is, though. That's right, dude. That. I'll tell you what. Let me. Well, just first, just tell me. I'm gonna end up getting derailed. But tell me if someone dies while in that, that whatever they call it pose, they would remain in that pose, right?
So whatever the event was that happened that broke his necklace caused enough trauma to give him the brain brainstem, midbrain trauma at the same time. And, we see his elbows flex out, his hands come in, and his knees. Most people don't talk about that, but it's something that struck me.
Who the fuck said I was straight? I'm gay. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
His legs come together almost immediately, and he tries to lift himself up. People are like, he lifted out of the chair from the impact, but it's not. His legs come together, and he tries to straighten them, and that's why he starts to dump out of the chair, because he's literally trying to straighten his legs. And that posturing, that's what happens. You want to cross your feet, and you want to bring your hands in and kind of flex your elbows out. And if you've seen enough videos of people that get shot in the neck or in the lower brain, that's what they end up doing. You know what I mean? It's like the kill shot with the animal. When you know, like dead right there shot, they just kind of lose all motor function and they fall over dead. Yeah, and usually their limbs cross. You know, it's something about it. It causes that you want to cross your body, across your hands.
When I killed a deer with an air rifle, 22 caliber air rifle, I shot the deer in its brainstem by accident. I don't want to tell the entire story. I've told it before, but the deer chilled for about like 20 or 30 seconds. And then all of a sudden its leg just folded in half, and it just fell over like a chair, like a table that all of a sudden didn't have one leg. And I to the point where I thought I had hit its leg, and then it was just dead, like almost instantly afterwards. Fucking weirdest thing ever. But obviously if Charlie got shot by a 30-06 in the brainstem, that's a little different than a fucking air rifle to a deer, you know? Okay. So I think that I just got to where Blake is going to be talking here. So let's let Blake do this, and we'll see what we missed.
Today is I'm on the necklace. The pendant having a much more complicated and just newer styled explosive. I think it's a nitrocarbon compound. So there's octanitrocubane and some other hexa. These words are so complicated, I can't even think of it off the top of my head, but it's basically these newly developed, I'm talking within the 90s, okay, of these highly effective, efficient, they call them they're micro-shaped charge, but they're high energy density materials.
Dude, at least the theory is not the fucking palm gun, dude. Okay. Like, at least not the palm gun. However, if it is an explosive and it's right here, okay, why is there not a massive wound there? Why is there a wound like here, or like one wound here? Like, this is why I've never understood. Like, it's like there are such massive gaps in any of these other theories, and this one being like, I understand exactly why the exploding mic theory makes sense to everybody. Is because something did explode underneath his shirt. Obviously, it's like very obvious. But what doesn't make sense to me is the wound itself. It's like, so it's an explosive right here, and then like you get this small wound on his neck, and that's it. I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. The palm gun one, though, Jesus, that is so dumb. That one was just funny because only a person who has zero experience with firearms would even entertain it, you know? It's like, and because like, especially like when Wolves in Finance, I like Wolves in Finance, dude. Like, again, for the 1,000th time, if I disagree with someone's theory, it doesn't mean anything. Like, I still like the people, you know? I like fucking everybody. I even like this fucking weirdo Blake, dude. Okay. But like, you know, Wolves in Finance, it's a palm gun, and he's like, and it's got an infrared laser that only he can see because he has those AR glasses on. And I'm like, what? And like, you look up the palm gun, it's a 32 caliber. And it's like, guys, they're like, yeah, because it's got a laser on it. And no one else can see it. You know, what does that have to do with anything? Oh, because he's not going to miss. There's a laser on it. I'm like, oh, is that right? Hey, you're not going to miss because there's a laser on it? Are you like, that is completely not correct at all. Like, it's like, they only make it they might not, actually, some people don't even think it makes it easier. I personally think it's a little bit easier, but not by much. Okay. You still have to stay on target, pull trigger, do not move where your barrel is, or, you know, where you're aiming. Like, and a palm gun, notoriously inaccurate, notoriously long bullshit ass trigger. But even if it wasn't, it's a 32 caliber gun, and you're shooting from how far away with a fucking barrel that's like a millimeter long. It's literally like, it's the most complicated plan of all time. Everyone's in on it. Everyone is in on it. But the way we're going to execute him is we're going to get him with the most inaccurate, impossible to shoot, and also least deadly weapon that we could possibly think of. And we're going to do it from 20 fucking yards away. It's like, it's so absurd, dude.
DMs, okay? And I believe one of those compounds at a very small amount was put into the necklace along with a bridge wire, which would have been the collapsing bridge wire. All of this stuff can easily...
Hey, that's what I thought too. Right up until he was doing this fucking live stream 24 hours later.
Fit inside of a pendant to then be detonated, okay? Everything from the firmware and what John was describing, what was going to be needed in the microphone, you need to look nowhere further than an Aura ring. You just mentioned that a while ago, Matt. The technology's there for a ring. Just go and look at an Aura ring with the Bluetooth capabilities, the battery capability, all of this stuff. So I believe that without Charlie knowing, he had his necklace swapped out the night before, or even perhaps days before. This stuff is extremely, you have to be very deliberate in your detonation of it. So there has to be a shockwave that's produced that actually collapses the bridge wire, that initiates that very first trigger of the shake charge.
This is an excellent question. And no, I don't know whether they paid that policy. What I do know, because I did research into this with Danks, like Danks looked into it, and I did a video on it before, when I still was, before I had kind of, switched what I thought was going on. Because at the end of the day, this is what I'm saying. Like, when people get bent out of shape about whatever, it's like, sometimes like I'll be like, this is what I think happened. And like people like unsubscribe from the channel. I'm like, guy, like either I'm entertaining or I'm not. Like, what I think has no impact on what actually happens. It's just like so weird when people get so bent out of shape. But we covered the insurance policy, and the way that they did it was extremely like hard to track. It was like they created an LLC that only existed to hold the life insurance policy for Charlie. And the way that the contract was written up, if I remember correctly, Danks did this research, it was like the policy belonged to the CEO and president of TPUSA, and it didn't say a name. It just said whoever was in that role held the policy. It was something super fucking weird like that. And then the LLC that was the beneficiary of the policy lapsed, and they didn't pay their taxes. And so they had I think it was like a $650 back tax bill that they needed to pay in order to reactivate the LLC so they could, because, the LLC has to be active to collect on the policy. And like, there was some deadline that was happening at like midnight or something, or it was like 4 days from some deadline. I can't remember if it was the LLC or it was the policy. And the lawyer paid that bill at midnight in order to avoid whatever was going to happen to lose it. And then that's just like shenanigans, like just weird ass stuff. Now, and one of my viewers, and if this is you, again, I remember, thank you, who was an insurance professional, explained to me that this is actually, the way that they set that up was not uncommon, because it was a way to essentially like not hide, but optically hide additional compensation that was going to the CEO of a nonprofit. Because nonprofits and other types of companies, you have investors or donors, whatever, that have their eyes on how much money is being paid to the different executives. And if you create an LLC that has some gigantic insurance policy on it and that the company is paying, well, in terms of the optics of a donor, it just looks like a line item, like you're paying an invoice to some LLC, as opposed to this being additional pay that is going to an executive who's, already making a fair amount of money, like a lot of money for someone who's in charge of the company. So that made perfect sense to me. Also has something to do with taxes too, or whatever.
And essentially what it does is it creates a lethal jet that drills into whatever its target is. Okay. Now,
oh, I'm sorry. I missed these, dude. Beep, thank you for the super chat. Just asking, you ever wonder if Candace is part of the whole scheme to divide the MAGA part with her husband also being part of the Bullington group? I have had people bring that to me for sure, but I would be surprised if that was the case, because I'm trying to think of like what she's done that has led to dividing MAGA outside of the Charlie case. And I've felt like she genuinely is chasing down the leads in the Charlie case, because ultimately the way that I ended up in the camp that I'm in is because of work she did. I just don't believe that they would murder Charlie. And so it's all stuff that she uncovered that I ignored initially, that then when I switched the way I was looking at it, went back, I was like, holy shit, it was right there. So I don't think so, but anything's possible, dude. The world's nuts, but I don't know. I trust her motives. Austin Fisher, thank you for the super chat. Jesse, thanks for going on my Pops. Oh, you're very welcome on podcast. I know he really enjoyed having you on. Shut Up and Think, and thanks for all you do, man. Yeah, everybody go check out the Shut Up and Think podcast. That was hey, that's good marketing, Austin. You should be running the marketing department for your Pops podcast. That was fun, man. I appreciate you guys having me on. Allie, thank you for the super chat. You are awesome, Jesse. He ditches you and comes back to the internet and blames me, and then goes into black line briefs. Stealing content is a thing that Black and Blake do. God bless Reese. Oh, what's up, Allie? Top files. Yeah, they I intentionally didn't watch any of Blake's stuff, but not for any other reason than I wanted him to present it to me, that's the thing. I was fucking excited for that stream. Like, I was really fired up because, again, anything that he shows that demonstrates collaboration on the part of TPUSA is like, to me, I'm like, oh, wow. Yeah. Geez, you are really winning this debate. Keep it going. Because anything that he points to, from my perspective, is more evidence that I'm right. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying about the two theories in terms of where these guys are at and where I'm at have 97% alignment. Richter, thank you very much, good sir. Two side notes. One, UFC missed the biggest fight possible, Pereira against, oh my God, dude, that would have been bananas. But Dana's not going to do business with Ngannou. And I actually understand why. I really do. Like, I used to think Dana was being unreasonable, but how Ngannou handled the PFL thing after he got the contract that he got, and then he fucking no-showed the PFL Africa events. That was his thing. Like, that was the whole reason they were out there is because he demanded it. And then he's the president of PFL Africa, and he fucking no-shows the events, dude. After they paid him, he made $10 million for the fight that he did in PFL. They probably made $6 on that, dude. It was all a loss. Like, every dollar they spent on him was fucking money lit on fire directly into his bank account. And he didn't have the fucking decency to go and promote the thing that was 100% his idea that he got all that money for. It's just like that kind of shit. I'm like, gross, X-Merds, thank you very much. Another very pretty girl in my chat. I'm telling you, dude, the per capita, quality females in my chat, like any of you single guys, right? They're looking for some quality. My chat. Okay, let's continue this thing, and then I'll show you guys some other stuff. And then so in an hour, I am going to be in the X space with JP Spears, Julian Dory, Elizabeth Lane, Danks, and our other boy, who's fucking A, dude. I'm such a dumbass. Because every time that I'm thinking, I think of fucking Kurt Megster. For some reason, I think of Kurt, and I'm like, oh, God damn it, I know it's not Kurt. And now I'm embarrassed because I fucking know. Oh wait, here, you guys watch this.
Where I believe things went sideways is the clasp on the
Jesus and fucking
neck.
Ethan Levins. My bad, Ethan. Like I know who he is, but for some reason, Kurt Metzger comes in my head every time I think of him, and I know that's not right.
Okay, this is the box chain David Yurman necklace, super heavy duty. Most people, if you've worn a necklace, you know that the clasp tends to work its way down. When I mean down, I'm talking down by where your pendant would be.
Right.
I believe this is what happened, and this is the first breakdown of the day, is because I believe the clasp worked its way down to the pendant, and then once it was detonated, because of what was being detonated right there by the clasp, that is one of the first things that we see fly off of Charlie. And this is in the 2-minute 41-second video that is over to Charlie's left-hand side, about tent high. You can see that object flying away from Charlie. Now, once that happened, I believe things became unstable with the pendant, and this is where the plan went way off rail. Is the pendant then lifted off? It was misdirectionally shot because there's now the pendant's gone. The necklace has now blown. That's like literally one of the very first things that we see is the actual necklace box chain itself. I mean, violently flying behind Charlie. Okay, so this is.
But But again, how does that indicate that? Well, again, I mean, it's like, it's one of those, like this kind of stuff's pointless because we agree. You know what I mean? Like we agree. It's like, yeah, something detonated on his shirt very likely could have been attached to the, to the necklace or whatever. You know what I'm going to do instead of this? I just changed my mind. We're going to go look up blue waffles. I'm just kidding. I'm going to do this. I heard that there are streams here where this dude reacts to my shit. Here we go. All right, let's see. This is
they were able to completely take over.
Hold on. This is this dude talking about how I'm stupid and wrong. So let's see. I'm sure his arguments are bulletproof.
He's about as different. Okay, there's an assassination in it, but none of the other moving parts are the same. And you don't have to explain that at all.
Whoa. It is. Whoa. He said none of the other things are the same in Snake Eyes. Oh, this is going to be good. Okay, this is going to be way more fun. Let's do it, dude. Let's fucking do it. That's hilarious, dude. The assassination's the same. I mean, there's an assassination in it. The guy who gets shot is named Charles Kirkland. And he gets shot in the identical place that Charlie does. Here. Charles Kirkland. I'm going to show you guys just so you guys can see how absurd that. Look at, like, okay, look at this. Do you see that? Like, he is literally, like, I'm telling you, if you went like shot for shot in the movie versus the Charlie assassination, literally you could draw a circle on both there. It's identical, the exact same spot, exactly the same. Both Charles Kirkland, both on September 10th. And the guy in the fucking boxing match is named Tyler the Executioner. Okay, but here, let's let him tell us that there's no other similarities. get murdered, but we're fine. Everything's fine. We showed Mikey McCoy walking away, completely devoid of any kind of concern. We showed Farnsworth up on the wall, made no sense. And
it makes sense if they're all in on it, if they all planned and participated, and they all benefit from it, which they all have benefited tremendously from it.
This is exactly what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm saying. So like the reason why when I do this with these guys is I'll always run into this is because it's literally 98% alignment. It's just about what the motives are. That's it. That's literally, we're looking at the exact same thing. He identifies the same thing that I identify over here. And I say, there's no way that all of these guys are going to participate in Charlie's murder. And they're like, yes, he will. And I'm like, you know what I mean? Like that's where we're at. Sorry, Jesse, really thought you'd catch it as a joke, but the big reflective glasses, yeah. But I really think Charlie was killed by Erica's BW. God damn it, dude. I don't know what that means. What's BW, you guys? What's BW mean?
And Mikey walking away with the phone in his hand.
Appreciate you,
called
Doug.
His wife immediately, was on the phone with her for 3 minutes, then three-wayed Erica, then got off the phone and called his dad, Rob McCoy, and then called Trump and JD Vance. Okay. So yeah, I think they're all in on it and participated in on it.
100% agree. 100% agree. Absolutely agree. Which is where we keep on coming back to like, why would, okay, so regardless of who set up the you know, like whoever was like at the top of the food chain of who would want to do this, right? Why would they involve this many people if it is a murder? Do you know what I mean? Like why would they involve that many people? Like that's the opposite of what you would do.
And I already went over the whole thing. And you can go look at Blake Bednar's on X. He spoke to 3 different major Hollywood makeup artists who have analyzed photos of Charlie from that day, his neck, his face, and everything. And they said, no.
Lie. I don't believe that for 1 second that he's talked to Hollywood people and they analyze it. That's not true because I've done the exact same thing and I actually did it. And they're like, first of all, I show in episode 2 a Hollywood person recreating the exact same thing. Exactly the same. And sorry, guys, listen, when it comes to like, trust me, bro, Blake, no.
There's no prosthetic there. There's no bladder. There's nothing. And you can go look at Blake on X and read it. And yeah, Charlie had a tick. He had this issue on the left side of his face, which clearly made it bulge out.
On that day only. On that day only. I went through a million pictures of him on other days. His left side looks like, if you look at him only from that side on the day at UVU, he looks like he weighs 15 pounds heavier. He looks like he's 15 pounds fatter. And on the other side, he looks totally normal. Every other day that I looked at the pictures, his face is symmetrical. Every single time. Every day.
You can go look at previous clips of him where that happens. And Blake has found some and he put them on his X as well. And I showed that in a previous video.
Then we went through Snake Eyes. And we're going to do that again right now because this is the linchpin of the entire theory. Okay. Because this, as far as. Oh, and by the way, keep in mind that after doing this, I found the fact that one of Charlie's most inner circle, whatever her name is. Oh my God, my brain. The one I'm scared of, who's pretty and smart, who raised all the money, who looks like, you know, the chick from fucking, oh my God. God damn it. Whatever. It'll come to me. But she's absolutely TPUSA, like Charlie Inner Circle. She co-founded the Gary Sinise Foundation, and Gary Sinise is the co-star in fucking Snake Eyes. Okay. What? Okay.
This is the linchpin of the entire theory. Okay, that a movie just so happens to have similar or the same names and yes, but nothing else fits. Like it has nothing to do with politicians. Okay.
What? It's about an Israeli defense contract and a colonel who is against the deal who gets murdered at an event. And his name's Charles Kirkland. And it's also about how that town has become so corrupted that God is going to sweep away all of the corruption with a hurricane. And it turned out that they test screened that ending and people hated it. And so they changed the ending. But there's a ton of biblical references in this movie. And yeah, it's absolutely, the whole thing's fucking political.
Okay, so it has the word Valhalla in it. It has, the guy's got the same initials, and his name is the assassin, and it's on the same date. Okay, yeah, whatever. But you're saying, so this movie came out when Charlie was how old? When did this movie come out? 1998. I got to look up when Charlie was born.
It came out in 98, I think.
But I mean, so he's a little kid, and you're saying that they used this video back then to predictively program what was going to happen in 2025.
No, not predictively program. I'm saying that they based the operation on the movie. Like, this is the kind of thing that like intelligence agencies do. Like when they were building out what they were, you have to, if you're going to plan an event like this, you're going to plan a fake assassination. Like, you can make it based on little things, like it's like an inside joke. And so they decide that they're going to have him shot in the neck at the same, the same place as Charles Kirkland. And it's like almost like a script that they build the event around. It's not fucking predictive programming from fucking 25 years ago. I thought that would have been obvious what I was saying, dude. It's like, it's like an inside joke that they like with these intelligence operations. And honestly, I think the way that this got out is someone fucking pillow talked,
It's just
okay. He already acknowledged all of the similarities, so I don't even know what we're talking about. I'll skip through the rest of this. Let's get to, and you did the memorial, which we'll take a look at in a second. But like, just you tell me, what does this do for you?
Full steam ahead. So powerful.
This again is like a week after he's killed. I literally just watched 2 interviews in the last week where someone was talking about someone in their life that had died, and they got through and they both completely collapsed talking about it. They started crying both times. And I'm like, this is just like every time you have someone publicly speaking on a podcast, an episode, and they talk about someone who's super close to them dying, they fucking break down every single time. At least for a second, they have to compose themselves. Charlie got murdered in front of everyone. And these are his 3 super close friends and his wife in this clip. Powerful. So powerful. Sorry, I'm not trying to make fun of her. I just am going to show you. You tell me all these guys just lost their leader, her husband. Does this look real?
No, it doesn't. That's what we're saying. It looks fake, but it looks fake because they don't have real grief. They don't have real remorse. And they all are covering it up, in my opinion, and they're all part of the issue and the planning and the execution of Charlie Kirk.
Okay, so let me just say something. Me and this dude got no beef at all. Actually, I hadn't watched any of his stuff. Like I said, when people go, this guy's talking shit, I never watch their content ever. Never. I never watch it because I know I think it's gonna piss me off, and I don't want to respond because I don't want to push any traffic to their channel for if they run their mouth. But we got no beef. And again, we agree on all that, but this is, listen, dude, like, I don't know if this dude is like a super good swimmer or golf or like, I don't know what he's good at, that he'd be like, no, I'm better at Jesse at blah, blah, blah. I'd be like, yeah, you probably are. But he's not better than me at human behavior analysis and me saying that it doesn't matter even if they did participate in a murder, okay, all 4 of them are not going to be able to hide the culmination of grief, guilt, the pressure of what if they get caught, the sadness of like, oh my God, what did we do? If they really were close to this guy, even if they whacked him out, that would make it even worse. They would be overwhelmed with emotion. And there's just none. But you know what they do look like? They look like a group with a big secret that's a big inside joke secret that they're all pulling off, and they're, instead of being sad, they are giddy and excited because everybody's believing it, and they're like pulling it off. They think. Little did they fucking know.
In my opinion, that's what explains it to me. That's what makes this make actual sense.
Foreign policy. Andrew, pretty much a lot of stuff. Mikey, humor, Christianity, sports, youth social, pop culture was Daisy. Like everyone has a piece of his brain that still lives on.
Yeah.
And so what I'm getting at here is the Charlie Kirk show is not going anywhere. My husband's voice will live on.
Yeah, he's going to be telling us what we're going to be doing the show on, and all of us are just going to play our roles. Because look, like for some reason, none of us are even a little bit unhappy. This guy right here seems to be like a little bit uncomfortable with what's happening right here. You know, he's like,
Yeah, because they're all in on it, in my opinion, and are covering it up. And they're all bad actors and liars. Okay.
agree, except where his analysis is lacking primarily, though, more than any other thing, is he's not factoring in the fear that people would feel about potentially getting caught for capital murder if they committed a capital murder. Like you, maybe in some world that I like, where these people come from some other planet where I don't like, have no experience with this level of just sociopathy, where they're just like, whatever, but I don't care that we committed this murder. But the idea that all four of them would be completely devoid of emotion, and then also be devoid of any concern about getting caught, because that feeling, you got all the eyes in the world on you. If you participated in a capital murder, like especially with like the push from the FBI, if this was real, you know what I mean? Like if all of this stuff was real around it, like, does Mikey McCoy strike you as someone who is going to carry it well under the holy shit, I might get the fucking electric chair? You know what I mean? Like, these are not criminals. These are not, they're not killers. These are like fucking church kids. You know what I mean?
And no, Charlie is not behind this whole thing orchestrating it all. Charlie wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that to us. He wouldn't do that to his family and his friends. End of story.
I didn't want to sign up for this. So you have what if he was facing life in prison? Or what if he was facing 20 years in prison? Would he fake his death? Maybe. Ridiculous to think that you know what he would do in that situation. But I don't know exactly what he was facing, but I do know he was facing prison because he fucking said it. He said it outright. If Trump didn't win, he was going to federal prison. All this weirdness from the day of. And by the way, really quick, from the day of. Hang on. Before we get out of here, I need to take a moment for 1 second, because this is really important. I also need to pause it and make sure I don't lose my fucking channel over it. But this right here, dude. Everybody take a moment and fucking say, like, this guy is a hero, absolute stud. The principal in Oklahoma who saved that school and got shot in the leg when that shooter came into their school. Fucking badass, dude. Absolute fucking badass that guy is. And now back to things that are much less important. All of which, I'll fast forward.
We had over.
Oh yeah, here we go.
We're not saying they put that together in 11 days. Anybody that, and Ian and everyone that really believes, and Candace and Baron, everyone that believes Charlie is not with us, that he was assassinated, believe that they all were planning this. That's the whole Fort Huachuca thing. Like there was lots of planning that went on in advance of this, including the setup for the
Agree. I agree with you 100%.
memorial. It wasn't just that they were going to plan on the assassination. They would have had to have planned the whole thing.
This is exactly right. So the question that I have then is, all of this planning, that was going, fuck, I should have done it like this all along. Let them present their case and then I'll respond to it. This is way more advantageous to me, because it's like, now let me fucking challenge people's theories as opposed to me putting shit out and then people. Okay. So all this planning that's going on, right? They got a stadium booked. They're going to Fort Huachuca. They're all planning all of this stuff together. All of this stuff that's going on that is in my theory and theirs. All of this is going on right underneath Charlie's nose, and he has no idea, including Erica, his own wife. All of them are doing all this stuff, and Charlie's totally unaware of it. And none of them no one, even like the number of people who were involved, no one goes, you know what? Feel like I should probably tell Charlie. Like, I feel like I should probably let him know that, this group of 40 people are all planning to murder him. It's like, that's just like, of the two options, like if you have two options only, that all of these things we agree on, which is more likely, fake, real, there, it's not close. Like it's way more likely that Charlie knew.
The whole thing, how they were going to frame it on someone else, and then what they were going to use it for was the real thing. Okay.
100% agree.
Taking him out was part of it. But the biggest thing was after they took him out, how were they going to capitalize it? How were they going to use it to their ends?
Exactly. Exactly right. Exactly correct.
So, of course, they had been planning all of the what happened after part way in advance. They were going to make sure all of that was all prepared for.
And in an organization that was run by Charlie forever, an incredibly like top heavy org with everybody who knew Charlie knows that he was the fucking man over there. And then all of a sudden, all the underlings are going to put together the most gigantic, wide ranging, expansive plan ever. And they're going to do it. And they're doing it without Charlie. As a matter of fact, not only without him, but they're going to plan to kill him. And all of this is what's going to happen around, and no one's going to tell him. In 11 days, huh?
Nope, not in 11 days.
Kind of feels like this was in the works before, maybe. You know?
That's what we're saying.
Right there. Stacey Sheridan. That's what I was talking about. She is business partners with Gary Sinise, who is the co-star of Snake Eyes. What's up, Ant? Brother, I thought CK was a setup from week 2. After watching them destroy what CK stood for, they were in on it. Israel gave green light, safe from no FBI involvement. Security was the architect. See, the thing is, the more that I've learned about this, the more I think that this, Israel was a part of it. But I think it was Charlie was like, I needed to get myself off the board because these crazy fucks they're gonna whack me out. I also think that Charlie probably thought that he would have more control over what, I don't know. I mean, I can't even imagine what this would be like to navigate in terms with how much pressure Israel is putting in all directions right now. But I don't want to derail the conversation on that. But we are aligned that is a huge fucking problem. But we're going to be talking about that a lot in the spaces tonight. Like maybe this is a gigantic psyop meant to sew up and lock up the rights control of this country for the next however long.
Yes.
And I know when we get to the motive portion of this, see, this is what I'm saying. We agree. We fucking agree on everything. We talk about where they made their mistakes, which will be in part 2. People are going to start wanting to push back until they really think about it. And I'll tell you right now, the people who understand how this game is played, they're going to understand.
No, we do.
Okay? Jesus, what a fucking great question. Draco, not to change the subject, but why did we all forget about the guy who offed himself in the exploding Cybertruck at Trump Tower? Fucking A, I forgot about that. Dude, that is it. I'm literally going to text my investigator right now and tell him to get on that. Because I literally completely forgot about that. And I feel like there was something in that story that is relevant right now. And I can't remember what it was. Thank you for the super chat. An excellent job. Yeah. Beep. Stacey Sheridan was a program specialist, Signal Corp. Program managed specialist at Signal Corp. I don't know what that means, but I'll look it up. Stacey Sheridan is also the smartest one out of the group and the one that you would probably least want to be your enemy. Very sharp. Her and I would get along really well. But I always make sure that she knows that I have so much respect for her every time I talk about her, because she's a slow poisoner. Then you will definitely not know, and she won't forget. Anti-gravity. Oh, oh, yeah, that's right. Anti-grav tech. Forgot about that, dude. DJ Play Nice. What's up, dude? Man, I'm really excited to go back to that. The Cybertruck guy related to the scientists all going missing. Fuck me, dude. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Like in my videos where I'm like, if you're smart, please subscribe to my channel. Not just like so I build my subscriber base. Like I want like this is what I'm talking about. Man, that is so wild. We're gonna get into that investigation for sure. The drones too, yep. Man. When I say Israel, I'm talking about pressure from investors. Yeah, donors. Check yesterday's email for me. Got evidence nobody figured out about security team. I will try, dude. My email, listen, used to be a lot more surefire to get a hold of me. It's completely out of control now. Like the people who do my ads are like, hey, did you get this email today? And I had to like go search back. Like they're trying to offer me money and I'm completely missing them, you know? Did someone just say King David? Is King David in here? Because King David's my fucking dude, man. I don't see. I'm going to fast forward though, since we're going to run out of time here soon. I want to hear what he says about, let me see. Oop. Okay, let's see. Let's see where he's at here. I don't even remember this portion. Hi. I'm so light. I love life. I love life. It's so Real Baez gifts 5 memberships. Congratulations to anybody who got a membership. Go watch the start in the members only and with my oldest videos, dude. You'll love them. So good. I can pretend like that. Like oldest members only, I mean. But like if I have to pull off like, you know, sunny Jim, light on my feet, I'm not going to do it, dude. I'm a dark, twisted wrong. But I've got a dark soul, dude. I have a dark soul. I'm a dark, twisted ba. He was going to say the BAST word. Yeah, I was saying like I'm the kind of person that likes like the movie Seven and shit. You know, like you look at a person and they look like Mikey McCoy. You know, like Mikey McCoy is the opposite of me, where he's like, "Hello, hi." And I'm like a person who's walking around and I'm just like, what's up, man? And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, oh, I remember the guy that looked like him that turned out to be shitbag that did XYZ, you know? Skeptical. Yeah. Dark. Like, like I've seen things kind of how they carry it. Wherever he's going to go is going to be fucking weird, but obviously not how I meant it. And he wants us to listen to him. Help it. He can't help it. This is when Erica comes back and now she's angry and grieving. And the point I was making is Erica doesn't know how to play like dark, sad, grieving widow because that's not what kind of person she actually is, was my point. And my point was like, if someone wanted me to like be an actor and you're like, hey, dude, pretend to be a male cheerleader. I'm going to be like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to pull that fucking role off, man. Was the fucking point I was making. But I mean, I guess we could play this game. I'm like, look at this guy. Look at him. He's got 2 fingers on his head. I bet you know where he wants to put those 2 fingers, huh? Probably inside of a kid, right? Right? Because we're doing like dishonest, weird fucking attacks. Fucking weirdo.
The enemy would love for me to be angry.
I forgot about this part.
He would love it. He would love it. Because it would distract me from building what Charlie entrusted to me.
Yep. I'm sorry, I can't watch this. I just saw someone super chat. Man, it really does bother me that that's one of the only things that explains this is that he would have been paid or something to sow confusion and
I don't know what's motivating him to do this.
Oh my God, because I understand people 1,000 times better than you, you fucking idiot. I look at you and your inability to put this together, and I don't see like a smart, good person. I see a fucking moron who is so dramatically inferior to my intellect when it comes to people that I can't believe it. Because you figured the whole fucking thing out. And you can't get to the part where it's like all his fucking best friends, all of them, dude, all his best friends, dude, they were like, guys, hey, listen, let's kill him. Let's fucking kill Charlie. This is real life, dude. This is not like a fucking movie on the Disney Channel that you're watching with your fucking kids, okay? This is not a thing that would ever happen in real life where fucking Charlie's wife, his best friend, his mentee, his 23-year-old fucking chief of staff, that like you can't be right about all of the things about the people around him being in on it and also be right that they killed him. Those two things cannot be true at once. I know that, okay? I know that. Anyone who understands, like, people will know that, okay? They're living in like movie land. Like, this is not a thing that is even moderately plausible at all. Security, all the fucking security's in on it. They're going to, all 5 security guys, they're going to be giving signals. They're doing signals all over the place. One of the guys giving signals directly in front of fucking Charlie. Somehow they're packing his wound, but there's no blood on their hands. It's right there, dude. Hey, why would he do this? He must have taken money to sow confusion. Fucking idiot, dude. Okay. For most people, I'm just like, okay, they can't see it. But you have literally every single piece of the puzzle in front of you. And all you have to do is just go, do I know anyone who's evil enough to do what I am proposing that they did? No, I don't. Of course not. Because there's no real people that would fucking do that. Okay? Do you know anyone? Do you know any 8 people that would collaborate and conspire to murder someone who was their wife and best friend? No, of course not. Okay. If you want to get better at analysis, just go like this. Let me think of the network I have. Are there any archetypes at all that fit in these parts that are going on that I'm analyzing? If the answer is no, then you should reevaluate. Okay. And if you also look and you're looking for like additional evidence that maybe it's something else, pick from any 1,000 fucking clues. Fucking take money to sow confusion, dude. Give me a fucking break. Over there, they're all nothing. My mom needs do it if you were involved. I'm sure he wanted to tell you, Candace, and then they did a blood oth that they
here we go.
Because something tells me that there are a lot of pieces of this puzzle that she's never considered. What if Charlie juked this and he needed all of these people to do it and they wouldn't do it if you were involved? I'm sure he bingo. Oh, here we go. So again, dude says it went to Trump. It went to Cash. All of these things. Like, he literally has the entire thing. And he's like, oh, geez, why would he not include Candace? You're like, because he needs all of these other people, and they would say you can't include Candace. That's not complicated at all. Like, at all. And I've considered that maybe she would have been part of it, but now I'm just like fully convinced that she's not. I think. I don't know. There's so much shit going on right now that I don't like, who knows what's going on, given the fact that like the entire world is imploding in front of our fucking eyes. You know what I mean? Who knows? Oh shit, let me get caught up. I'm sorry. There's other super chats. Jesse's such a nice guy. He's giving Dank's #1 super fan some airtime, even after his butt buddy left him high and dry last minute the other day. I mean, you know, I'm just that kind of. Oh, what's up, dog? I didn't realize it was you. What's up, dog? I mean, you know, I can make it funny right up until, you know, a person's fucking like blindness leads them to the conclusion. They're all like, oh, Jesus, this guy must have taken money to sow confusion. You're like, oh my God, you're that sure that you're right? Fucking moron. Okay. I would literally bet. I would bet literally 100% of the money that I have in the bank or anything that I'll make for the next 6 months, that if all of the people that we agree are involved, that Charlie is 100% alive. Okay. It's possible that Tyler Robinson did it. Like that's possible. I will entertain that this is all kind of fluky, weird stuff around the Charlie camp and that Tyler or like other leftists or whatever did it. But if all of the people that he agrees are involved. So Andrew Colvin, Erica Kirk, Mikey McCoy, okay, Blake Neff, all of these people, if they are all involved, I would put my arm on the table and let you chop it off if they're right and I'm wrong. Fucking chop it off, dude. Chop my fucking arm off if I'm wrong. I might be wrong about the theory, but not if all of these people are involved in whatever happened. That's just fucking impossible. Oh shit, it's already 7:15, man. That many people couldn't keep it a secret if he was alive. That they would keep quiet to avoid prison, though, if they were. Oh my God. That many people would never be involved in a murder. That's my point. Like, that many people would never be involved in a murder. Can anyone think of a single example in history where an assassination happened and the people who betrayed the guy who was killed were his most inner circle? And I'm not talking about like mafia people. I'm talking like political assassination, because there's lots of conspiracies, but there is not a single example of that being the case. And especially not with all this fucking like, oh my, like all the theatrics, dude, like Erica over the fucking coffin and all that stuff. It's like, come on, dude. And the thing is, like, hang on. Either they can keep a secret or they can't. There's no like, oh, they could all keep a secret if they were afraid of going to prison, but they couldn't if he was alive. Like, that makes no sense at all. Okay. If he was dead, it would be more likely that someone would crack, because they would either get, if that many people were involved, they would get overwhelmed with guilt. Oh my God, I'm going to tell someone. That shit happens all the time. Or they would be terrified. Dude, fucking Candace is breathing down their neck, dude. Okay. Candace is breathing down their neck. If this was a real murder, they would be shitting their pants that they're going to get caught, dude. Like, that's the thing. Candace is on him. That's why I'm like, there's no way she knows. She's on him. And the fact that they are so calm, they are so fucking calm and so unconcerned, because I agree with these guys. They're involved. They have to be. All of this stuff is too obvious. But they can't be involved and have Candace like, hey, I know what you did. Every evening, like from 4 to or whatever time, it's just her like, I'm going to catch you. We're going to fucking catch you. We're going to catch you. And they're guilty of capital murder. There's a fucking guy on trial for the death penalty right now. And all these totally inexperienced criminals who have never done any crime are just calm as a cucumber. They're like, I don't think you are going to catch us, Candace. I don't think you will. I still haven't cried about Charlie's death. I also have showed no emotion whatsoever. I'm not scared of getting caught, because I'm just not. And neither is she, and neither is he, and neither is he, neither is he, neither is he, neither is he. It's like, again, like, I realize this is one of those things where what I can do is I fucking curse, because it's so obvious to me that it hurts, and I can't make other people be able to see it, Caesar. That's touche, good sir. Touche. If I could give free memberships, I would give you one for that. That's a good point. However, they were not in fear of the death penalty for months and months afterwards with cameras all over him. But I mean, in fairness, the Senate killing him, I don't think that's actually his inner circle. Like, I don't think technically that's his inner circle. Brutus was like his protege, whatever. But like, because the Senate, they all stabbed him, right? It was all like the senators. Wait, Jesse, I'm with you on your theory, but I believe the serial number thing is a dead end. Gun manufacturers have been putting serial numbers on their guns since the 1800s, including Mauser. Yeah, but dude, no, you know what I just realized? It was fucking AI that told me that they didn't put them on until the 60s. So that could be wrong. You could be right. In fact, you probably are right. If you think you're right, you're probably right. Wait, does that say Mindy? I was going to say mind your business. Mindy, welcome to the membership. You will love it. And XX Merds. XX Merd XX. Thank you very much. For the record, guys, I would never take money under any circumstances for any reason that had to do with compromising my opinion. It would never happen. I would never do it. Never. But Custard, are you talking Colonel Custard? The Indians killed Custard and his whole crew. JFK was not betrayed by his inner circle. Thank you, sir. I'm trying to read the Gottmans. I'm trying to read that logo. That is designed very well. Hamlet. I don't know Hamlet, dude. I don't know Hamlet. Well, so faking the death is actually not illegal until they raise money on it. And I mean, now technically it would for sure be a crime. For sure. There's stuff that they did that now and especially if they took the insurance policy. I don't know if they did or not, but wait. If we get in a battle, but I am never battling Candace. I'll fucking surrender before it starts, dude. Candace is such a savage, dude. I would never fucking battle Candace. I'd be like, what, dude? Candace, you can't be fucking mad at me. Like, I literally have always had your back. And I don't care enough about whatever we're arguing about to argue with you. She's scary. No gun manufacturers have not been serialized since the 1800s. My 1950 shotgun has no number. Oh. Well, then. I don't know much, but I do know this. That's exactly it. Who? Listen, dude, if you don't have anybody hating on you, then you are not relevant if you do what I do, you know? Jesse's a retard. Oh, no. Well, you're an anonymous weirdo in my live stream. You are welcome to, share your real social media so I at least know who I'm talking to. Sometimes I've had a really good time with that, dude. So Nina says, love your show. What's the latest with Blake Bednar's video breakdown? Also the Candace recording. Oh, fucking Blake. Like, just go back to the beginning of the stream. You'll know what's up with Blake. But Blake is the one, like Blake recorded Candace and then put it up. And then I set up a stream to show him doing that. And then he had already taken it down by the time I did the stream. But this is like, seems like the kind of thing that he does. Hold on. No way. Hang on. Danks is texting me right now. Hey, Blackline Briefs told Danks he was his biggest fan until he found out that I was friends with Dank, and he was on my side. Oh gosh, geez. So he takes the shit that seriously. What a fucking sorry ass, dude. It's like, hey, dude, you understand you have no idea whether you're right or not, right? It's like you're that butthurt about a person who has a different opinion. Okay, now I don't like him, actually. Like, now I actually don't like him. Fucking weirdo. He has a different conclusion than me. Okay, so fuck him. It's like, you fucking weirdo. Get a hobby, guy. What do you do when you're not online? Okay, like, how does this affect you enough? Like, if he's like, Jesse's an asshole, fine. That's fine, actually. Maybe that's what it is. Because he's like, my girlfriend would probably want to fuck him, and that makes me furious. I'm like, whoa, dude. I'm married, guy. That's not something that matters. Just relax. Okay? I'm not interested in your girl. Jenny23, what's up, girl? I just drove across country and watched your videos on like 6 random strangers' YouTube accounts from Texas to Washington. Enjoy the new fans. Thank you very much. Listen, when people tell me stuff like that, it's the most flattering thing that people tell me. It's like some people tell me that they watch my shit every night to go to sleep. That's one of the most flattering things, because I have I have channels that I do that with that would seem so weird if I was like, yeah, this is the kind of thing that documentaries about blah, blah, blah. But I just love their content. So I'm extremely flattered. Thank you. Okay, I got to jump because I'm going to be on this Twitter Spaces in 10 minutes. And I got to do where did I get my Botox injection? Shit. I do my own motherfucking Botox right after I hang out and have sex with my boyfriend. Let me make sure I didn't miss any of the others. I think I got all of them. If I missed any super chats, you guys, I apologize. I said email is impossible, but I do my best. I love you guys. I will be on the spaces shortly. Peace.